welcome back to Market Mamas. You guys, we're so excited. We have an interview today for you of a fellow woman trader, and we're so excited to talk about all of the different dynamic parts of being a trader and especially being a market mama. So this is Angela. Angela, we're so happy to have you with us today.
Well, it's so nice to be here. I'm so happy to see both of you guys. And yeah, I am all open to whatever you guys have to ask.
Awesome. Yes. Thank you, Angela, for being here. This is very cool. Our first Market Mama interview with the Market Mama, a day trader like us. So we're super, super happy you're here. And just let us know in the community, when did you start trading and what got you into it?
It was about it was in the pandemic, during the pandemic. So it was 2020. It was through a friend that really wanted me to do Forex. And I kind of figured out that Forex really wasn't my thing. So I kind of shifted gears and got into another program, and yeah, it just kind of like my thirst for knowledge of this kind of took off, and yeah, I just wanted to know everything there was about the market. So it started off in I want to say May of 2020.
Nice. Cool. About similar with us. So, and you and we've all been members of a different community. And now, Angela, you and I are members of the same community, and we're getting better at our futures day trading. So as all three of us are day traders, but do you do any swing trading? What's your favorite time frame to trade?
No, I do day trading only. I mean, for me, it works out the best. I'm the most comfortable with day trading, and yeah, I think this is what I'm going to stick to for a while.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so in your first year of trading, can you kind of describe to us what your biggest psychological hurdle was to manage? And then in addition to that, now that you have evolved in your trading, what has still been kind of the most difficult part, on the journey?
I think there isn't just one emotional hurdle or one hurdle. It's a roller coaster of ups and downs your first year, and I think you're on the top of the world, and then you crash to the bottom, and then you're on the top of the world again, and then you crash to the bottom. And I just think it's that up and down, just to find the middle, to find that consistency. It's so hard. So I think, yeah, I think that consistency is one of one of my biggest struggles, just to not have that greed and fear aspect.
Yeah, that totally resonates with both of us and what we've been through.
Yeah.
So I guess to get a little deeper into the heart of the worst of it, what was did you have a moment? Because I know Kendra and I both did, where we had our lowest low and how it sort of really impacted us. And at that moment, deciding what to do with that, where to go with that. Do you call it and go back to what you're doing before trading? Or how did you push through it? What did that look like for you?
Yeah, I think everybody's gone through something like this. I don't think anybody can say, well, I've never thought about quitting because
Right.
it has crossed every trader's mind once, at least once. And I think yeah, I have come to that point where it's like, no, I can't do this, and I'm horrible, and this is just not for me. And no, but just to take some time off and just to ground myself, and I did need to take some time off a couple of times. And I think it's so good to take time away from the charts, just to refresh. I mean, I not only away from the charts, but if you still want to analyze and you still have that bug in you, just to go on sim, right? Just to paper trade. And but I think it's finding that healthy balance, right? To find where you can keep on going, and when you just have to stop for a minute and then refresh. So yeah, I've had times where I've broken down and cried and I'm like, I can't do it anymore. And like yelled at my kids and I was like, I've been so stressed out. And I remember my first actual live trade. I literally got sick. I did. Like I just couldn't take it because there was so much anxiety, so much going on. That yeah, I got sick afterwards, physically sick. Um, but I think it's like really finding how to control those emotions and manage those so that it it comes out in a way that you can use.
Wow. Thank you for sharing all of that. I think that that is just the real stuff that is just so hard to manage, and just becoming more aware of it as we go along. We can use it. It is raw material that will help us improve, but it's challenging nonetheless, and like you said, the physical effects, like, you feel, I mean, when you, like you said, you first entered that live trade, getting upset, with your kids, like, it's so heavy at times. So thank you so much for sharing that. And taking breaks, like Becky knows, like I'm such an advocate for taking breaks, honoring yourself. I feel like it really just injects even more faith in the long game, in the fact that life is abundant, and helps you with the addiction side of it, right? Because if you can be okay with taking a break and still being confident, like, hey, I'm just taking some time off to honor myself. The market's not going anywhere. My skill set is leaving me. Like, I'm going to come back when I'm ready and be that much more refreshed and energized and recharged. So thank you for bringing that up, because that's really important, I think, for all traders to, give themselves that grace and that space. Let's talk next about your habits and routines. Since becoming a trader, have you developed any specifically to help strengthen you, to help you stay neutral? You talked about staying grounded, during the roller coaster. So I think you might have kind of touched on some of this already, but if you wanted to elaborate some more.
Yeah, definitely. I think one of the big things that for me, I absolutely have to do is like take a trade and walk away. Or take a trade and just focus on something else for a little while. So put my stop loss and my target in reasonable positions and just set it and forget it and walk away. And then after I'm done with that trade, shut it down and go and do something else and like clear my mind and then come back later if I want to do another one. But really it's like each separate trade needs to be thought of as well, like a separate trade. So yeah, I think one of my big things, one of my habits that is just like a non-negotiable for me is just walk away, take that break, and really just make trading only a part of my day. So I know sometimes that when I first started out trading, it was like I would trade and I would be on the charts literally 12, 14, 16 hours a day. And I'm not joking, to be on the charts, actually looking at a screen 16 hours a day. And it sounds ridiculous, but it's like it's so counterproductive to not.
Oh my gosh. I'm so glad that you said all of that, because this resonates so much with us and like what we have also been through. Because I think when you start trading, you get the starry eyes of like, this is amazing. And so you want to like delve in and figure it out and figure out how to get the wins more consistently. And it starts to take over. And that's when you realize like, I'm still like an adult with this whole life. And I have to like actually still give attention to all these other things that really do still matter to me. And that's where you like have to really put in the work of figuring out when to take the breaks and how that helps you and that there actually are a benefit. And if you do a 16-hour day at the charts, it didn't give you a big leg up versus if you did a 3-hour day at the charts and then you still managed the whole rest of your life. It didn't really changed how you're doing, but it gave you more peace of mind and it helped your family and everything. So
Yeah,
that's a really good point.
Yeah, I think definitely the meditation is so helpful for me as well. I mean, I try to meditate before I come on the charts, and yeah, it's just something to clear my mind, something to really have a fresh start when I start to trade.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
but
Yeah, that's a
yeah,
great habit that we're both working. All of us are working on getting better at, because it does help you calm down that kind of monkey mind.
yeah,
All right, Angela, I got to take advantage of this time having you on our podcast with us, because we got to talk about women in trading. Like, I don't know what I expected. I thought that there was not that many women in trading, but I'm actually, for me, I'm like, there's more than I thought. And I don't know if that is both of your guys' opinions, or like, what has been your experience? We'll start with you, Angela, and then maybe Kendra too, because I love this, talking about like, are women in trading? How are they doing? Are they part of our community? Do we feel their presence? And how is it different trading as a woman? So what do you
yeah.
think?
Yeah, definitely. I think it is different. So yeah, I signed up for this one group that it asks you uh, to record your pronouns, and then I could see what was the percentage of women or people who identified as women in the group. And mind you, there are thousands of people in this group. It's a very, very large group. And I figured it out. It was between 5 and 7% of the group were women. And I just thought I was just taken aback, and I'm like, why aren't there more women? Why not? And I just felt like, there should be. There should be. Or is it just that women are not represented or come out and say that they trade? I don't know. But I really think there should be more of a female presence in trading. One of the good things that I love about trading is it, especially that in the group that I'm in now, is that you can't tell. Well, you know who's a woman and who's a man, but it really doesn't matter, right? Because it seems so gender neutral, because you're trading, you're sharing your trade plan, and it's focused more on the actual analysis than anything gender specific. And it's nice. It's nice to know that it doesn't matter where you're from or what you look like, or how many years of experience you have or don't have. Um, it seems like everybody can contribute to what their point of view is on the charts. So yeah, I think it's so important to have that female presence, because as women we have different perspectives, especially as mothers we have different perspectives sometimes on different things.
100%. I love that, those points you made so much. And I love that we don't have to deal with, some of the similar politics, that you would have to deal with in other professions. I mean, I've said this before, for the brokerages, for the platforms, like, we're just an account, and
Yeah.
trading is such an art. And like you said, we are very diverse, women, men, different backgrounds, different ethnicities. And our charts are too, how we trade, our style, there's so much beauty in trading. And I really hope that more women will, enter the trading field, because it's just such a great opportunity for everyone, but especially for women, especially if you have circumstances where it would serve you more to be able to work from home or to work remote, young children. It's such an amazing opportunity. So hopefully with more building the Market Moms community and having traders like you, we could spread more awareness and the accessibility of it all and the opportunity.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I would love to see more women traders interviewed on your podcast. I think that would be great.
Yeah. Well, we are hoping that with you starting, initiating it, hopefully more will want to come on and share with us. So let's also talk about life balance, which is, again, another very important topic for, women, especially mamas. How have you managed to handle that and also, be dedicated to your trading and your active family? Any
Yeah.
tips or tricks for us?
Yeah, I really want to stress how important your overall life is and how it relates to trading. And just like how your health uh, relates to trading, how your health affects your mental clarity and affects your judgment, and that also affects your trading. How your self-esteem affects your trading, and how you're um, holding a trade or abandoning a trade. Just so many things that are going on in your daily life. If you put those into check, it will eventually reflect on your trading. And I think it is important to have that balance, right? To find, you can't be too much into your work or too much into your trading, but to have that balance. But I think the more and more that I am a trader, I can see those parallels.
Nice.
And yeah, so
Yeah. I feel like as we're all getting more consistent, I think that we're figuring out the balance of it. I think that there's no like quick fix to like just saying I'm going to do 3 hours here, 3 hours here, 3 hours here in my day, however that looks. It's not realistic to be hard like that. I feel like it's been a journey of like, I loved this day where I got up and I did my trading and then I spent a couple hours in the afternoon reviewing it and journaling. But like in the middle, I exercised and grocery shopped and dinner, like we're just
yeah,
figuring out and flowing with like what days feel best and what we have to infuse into it for that mental clarity, like exercise or like making sure that we prepare healthier food options so that we are like balancing our bodies and meeting our needs so we don't feel like garbage and so we can rest good at night. And like I think
right.
that was really a good point about like just taking care of your whole self so that your brain can function optimally. Like that's a big deal and that's really helpful with trading.
Yeah, I think too, like trying to find the trading hours that work best for me and stick to those trading hours. I think that helps. It helps me tremendously to say, okay, I'm going to trade from this time to this time, and then the rest of my day is freed up. And so, yeah, I think if you wanted any tips or tricks, I would say pick a time slot and stick with the time slot, and yeah, try to figure out what kind of a trader you are. Are you a scalper? Do you hold your trades? Do you hold your trades to a long period of time? Are you going to hold it for hours? Are you going to hold it for days? Are you going to hold it for just a few minutes or a few seconds? So finding out really what type of trader you are. So yeah.
Nice.
That's such good advice. The importance of really personalizing your own process and just self-discovery. I don't think any trader has gone through this without, learning so much about themselves. And
Oh yeah.
that's really good advice. Thank you
Oh
so
yeah.
much for doing that.
I mean, I could see the same chart as both of you, and we could all three of us have the same analysis. But my trading style could be totally different than yours. Um, just because I might want to hold it longer, or I might want to stagger my trades, or I might want to just scalp it and then leave for the day. So it all depends on what you want to do, and I think that should be a part of your trading plan also.
Yeah.
To honor who you are.
Yeah.
Yep.
One of my, affirmations is I see the market the way I see it, the way that best serves me. And that's what I need to lean into. It's wonderful being part of communities and sharing, but more often than not, like you said, we see things totally different than the next
Yeah.
person. And
Yeah.
that is what we have to just be aware of and, not worry about anyone else's lane, but just, continue to refine and, be consistent with our own process. So, and again, thank you so much for sharing that.
Yeah, definitely. I think there's some days where I don't know, I might have an appointment midday and I know I'm going to be rushed and I might want to I might not want to hold as long. Um, and there's some days that, I've got a lot of time and I know I'm going to be in the market my whole window of time that I have available. And I know that it's suitable for a hold. So yeah, I might want to hold longer. So yeah, every day is a little bit different. And I think really it's the trick is to feel out those days that are, what kind of a day it is also.
Nice. Yeah, having that awareness on your day and where you're at and what your trade plan, like, what is the market willing to offer today? That if my trade plan looks like a trending day, like, I should invest and sit and hold. Yeah, I mean, there's so many factors to that. Do I have time, and is the market being generous in the way that I see it with my trade plan today? And then you can capitalize on it. So that's awesome.
Right.
Like knowing that you're that far in your journey that you can recognize the potential where you're like, I can trade today.
Yeah,
Cool.
I can really hit it out of the park today. Or maybe I shouldn't spend so much time on the charts because it's really not worth it for me to sit here.
Yeah.
There's so many moving parts. We're always trying to kind of like decipher and put in place and deploy like what strategy for today, and just being open to that is the best thing, and letting each day be independent, not bringing over that carryover of like, oh, I wish I would have held more yesterday, so today I'm going to hold, but today I shouldn't be holding. Today I should be, getting in and out. It's, it's
yeah,
right.
I mean, there are some days where I'll look at the charts and I'll be like, no, I'm not even gonna, it doesn't pay for me to even sit down right now. It's like, this is not the day for me, and it's just time to shut down and go for a walk or do some other thing and take a day off of trading. So
that's some trader maturity right there, Angela. Goals.
Thank you so much for your time, Angela. We're really, really glad to have you on here and to just kind of showcase that the diversity amongst traders is huge. I mean, there's just every ethnicity, gender, like age. It's awesome. Like we all can do it. The thing that determines if you're a trader or not is if you want it badly enough, if you love it, if you have an eye for it, if it speaks to who you want to be and what you want to achieve for your life, regardless of gender or children or no children. I mean, the fact that we are mamas, it does change the way we balance our life and the way we allot our times and what times we get to trade the market. But, it's just that will make our journey unique to us and unique to a parent situation. But it doesn't mean that we can't trade and be just as successful. We just have to maybe spend some focused time figuring out how to make it work for our whole situation and our families. But there's nothing wrong with women, with mamas, with all age groups in this market. The key for me, I think, is to just have the passion and the drive and the grit and the just don't quit if you want to, and surround yourself with good people. So, I mean, this community that we have is so powerful for me. And I think that it's really been key in supporting me through this journey, especially my partnership with Kendra. So, I mean, the more the merrier. Let's raise each other up and like support that it looks different for all of us, mama or not. And like, I love trading. So I'm so glad anyways, thank you for being here.
Yeah,
thank you to the mamas and the parents and everyone. It's fun to talk about all the different ways that you can look at trading and your own journey.
Yeah. Just one last thing. I think you really can't stress enough is to just love the process. Love the process of trading. Love the process of learning how to trade, of going through all the motions of trading. Just love the process. It's not saying totally forget about the P&L, but love the process of it, and it will come to you.
Thank you so much, Angela. Thank you for representing for the women, for the market mamas, for traders. Our journeys, they're all very beautiful, unique, and let's just keep going. Our best days are ahead.
Exactly. Thank you guys so much for having me. It's been such a pleasure. And I am open to working with you guys in the future if you'd like. And it was a really fun time. Thank you so much.
Definitely have to have Angela part 2 in the future.
Awesome.
Welcome you back on the show.
We intend to be around for a while. So. Thank you so much.
All right.
Bye, everyone.
Awesome.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.